What up, Ninja Nation? It's Bowman 9000, aka the Chumbo Ninja. And first thing is first, if you're new here, hit the like button and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure you guys have the notifications on so you can find out exactly when I upload these things, because I'm sure there's a lot of 2K YouTubers that you follow, and I'm one of them. So shout out to all the people that already have the notifications turned on. Noti Squad, stand up. Put one in the chat because you guys are the real ones. So, like the title of the video says, we are going to be getting into how to change your minutes in NBA 2K20. It looks like I went kind of a roundabout way, but before we do that, there are two other important letters. So, your milestones in my career come in the form of letters once the career cutscenes and whatnot are finished. So this is the very first one. Here you can see I'm on the Rockets, and I'll explain more about that later. Now that you've secured your place in the starting lineup, we'd like to give you the opportunity to provide input on what jerseys we wear. Blah, 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 blah. So you get to change your jerseys. That's not really important, but it could be cool if you guys play on teams that have cool looking jerseys and you want to change it up. So you have to wait a little bit to get that. So not to spend too much time on that one, we're gonna move on. The next one, you guys can see I'm on the Warriors, which I will explain. Words cannot express what it means to us. You blossomed into our franchise player. Remember that word, franchise player. You've risen to every challenge, and we couldn't be more grateful for your skills and leadership. Brilliant basketball IQ, blah, 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 blah. Give you access to our playbook. So you, A, must be a starter, and B, have to become a franchise player, which for a lot of people, you can't quite figure out how to do those two things. So I'm gonna show you that in this video with the next screenshot. But you do get, obviously, a starter. You get to change your uniforms first. You become a starter first, then you can choose your uniform second, and then after that you can choose your playbook, but still not your minutes. I tried to come up with a nice playbook for you guys, a certain play to use, but the one that I was using in 2K19 to get all my badges and whatnot is no longer in the game. So I guess they saw that and took it out. I know you guys be watching. It's okay if you guys watch. So yeah, you get the playbook second. So next up, after you've done that, you still play a few more games, and then you get to become obviously able to pick your minutes. So we're really happy with the job you've done as our franchise player. You've shown the role isn't too big for you and that you're ready for even more responsibility. Because of that, we'd like to offer you the opportunity to provide input on lineup and rotation decisions. If you got thoughts, we want to hear them. Thanks again, blah, 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 Warriors management. So once again, they mentioned the words franchise player, but the way the league is set out with all these duos on the team, on pretty much in every team there's a duo of star players, it'll be tough for you to crack into the franchise player. Now, some people on Twitter were saying that you can get there within the first season, and they just played hard and, you know, grind for their badges and whatnot. Maybe they were using my rep method from a previous video, maybe they were not, but they got there in the first season. I found that those people they're not on teams with two superstars on them. They might be on a team with one. Like Nikias, who writes about the NBA, I was talking to him on Twitter. He said he is on, I'm pretty sure he's on the Bucks, and he got it somewhere around February. So you got to play a bunch of games, get there, you know, towards February. After you get all your jump shot animations, you're allowed to edit that once you get that practice going on. Once you're able to change your jump shot and what things you can do once you get to practice, you know, you will eventually get there. But I said bump that because I started my career on the Rockets, like you guys saw in the beginning, and now I'm on the Warriors. I got tired of waiting for this role of franchise player. When was I gonna know that I was a franchise player? So I did a little bit something different on my own. I asked for a trade to the Brooklyn Nets, and so then I was with Kyrie and KD because I got tired of Russell Westbrook and Harden not hitting their open jump shots, or just not even taking them at all. That was really ticking me off, so I decided to ask for a trade to the Nets. So when I got to the Nets, it was cool for a couple games. Kyrie was hitting his shots, KD maybe was hitting his shots, but then after like 2 or 3 games, especially after the All-Star break, I they stopped hitting their shots. I don't know, they became just like the Rockets, and I got really ticked off. So I simmed to the end of year 1. But because I was already doing my badge method and whatnot, I was already putting up MVP numbers, so I got the MVP. I'm pretty sure I'll have a picture of that. You can see that on the screen. I got the MVP, look at my numbers. But yeah, that was that. So what I did next was go into the off season. And if you scroll further than what I did here, you will see that not only are teams interested in me taking on the franchise player role, you can see it on the right hand side of every offer. There are other ones like, reserve or key starter, key role player, key bench player, something like that. But you want to only accept offers from the ones that say franchise player. Now, if you've been balling out in season 1, you're not going to have a problem, looking at pretty much half the teams, at least in the NBA, will offer you the franchise player role. But if you've been playing kind of casually and like putting up like all-star numbers, but not like MVP numbers, you may have a little bit less to choose from. Make sure you choose a team that suits your needs. Guys that have Dimer, if you're trying to do my badge method, make sure you guys go to a team that has Lob City Passer. So on the Warriors, there's three people that have Lob City Passer: Steph Curry Gold, Draymond Green Silver, and D'Angelo Russell also Silver. Klay Thompson doesn't have it, but he's got a pretty good passer rating, so I'm okay with it. I chose to go with the Warriors, so I got the title of franchise player, and that's how I did it. So I went into the offseason. I can show you on screen exactly what I signed for: 750 VC per game. I brought it down a bunch so that they would accept my offer because I wanted to get the 3 times teammate grade bonus. Just like last year they had the 2 times bonus, this year it's 3 times bonus, and I promise you it is hard to get, but you can pretty much, once they say no, we don't want to take that offer, don't do anything, just back out to the dashboard and load back into your player and try again. This is what I landed on. Let me know in the comments below if you guys landed on something else, but if you land on more than 750 VC and you're still able to get the 3 times bonus, let me know. Put that in the comments, because I haven't been able to do it. I had to settle for this, which is fine. So yeah, you guys can see it here. I lined myself up with 3 years. That's the time that D'Lo's contract ends. Oh no, this time that Steph Curry and Klay Thompson's contract ends. So I wanted to become a free agent right around then. Draymond Green as well. So they wanted to give me the 2.8. They're like, oh, we're getting close here. And I said, no, give me my 750 that I asked for. They tried to give me like 680. I just asked for the same thing again. They're like, okay, this sounds like something we can do. So there's that. So that's how you get to change your minutes. I played like, after like 1 or 2 games on my new team, the Warriors, boom, I got the letter saying you can change your lineup. So I didn't have to get far in there. I just had to get the title of franchise player, and that's how I was able to know for sure I had the title, is by switching teams and signing a contract as a franchise player. There is one more thing you get to do in the form of a letter. We know that we're incredibly appreciative of your contributions to this organization, but we'd like to take that one step further. From now on, we encourage you to provide input on personnel decisions, both big and small. So you get to ask, this is the screen where you get to say, hey, can you trade for this player? Can you target this player in free agency? And there is a small cutscene you have to do after you see this letter, but it doesn't come up until you go to your next practice or you go to your next game. So when you click X to go to your next practice, instead it'll take you to a cutscene, and then it'll allow you to target one person to trade for, and then you'll get to go to your next game after that. But after you do that cutscene, it seems like that's the only time you get to do it, but if you go to the settings menu, you will get to do it any time that you want. If you don't get the guys you're looking for, you can just go back as many times. Doesn't look like there's a limit this year. So yeah, that's about it. I'm very happy for you guys to be following me, and hit me up on Twitter at Boneman9000. Also join the Discord server, and it's going to be bananas. All right, guys, peace.